I'm just going to start by saying what an absolute joy it is to begin my day with all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Aired Out Podcast, live on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, we got a lot of YouTubers. You can watch it live in either location. We appreciate your eyes and your ears. And, of course, we're streamed everywhere. You get your podcasts on the web at airedoutVT.com. Listen, we have a lot to get to this morning. Deb's going to be checking in with us in just a few minutes from the world. But I want to start out by saying, listen, if you are looking for a holiday gift that everyone will appreciate this year, look no further than Optical Expressions. As I keep posting up, it is, well, it's just a great idea. Who doesn't need better eyesight? I mean, I've got my Optical Expressions specs on so I can see what the heck is going on here. But, yeah, I love them. Now in the Blanchard Block, 4th floor, North Main Street in Barrie. And from now until December 24th, you got a few more weeks. You purchase a gift certificate and you're going to save. All the details are on the Aired Out page. I want to say thank you to Tim Jarvis for joining me yesterday on the air. Look, anytime we talk about housing in Vermont, it's sensitive, and it does. It really does hit a nerve. So many of us have opinions about this, and they all matter. And yesterday, I mean, you know, we heard from Tim, and we heard from, of course, a very successful entrepreneur, Tim Jarvis, who has a lot to say about it. The life as a landlord is not easy anywhere, and especially in Vermont, and dare I say even more especially right here in central Vermont. And I might even narrow it down to Barrie. Yeah, that was quite an episode yesterday. If you missed it, hop back on and give it a rewatch or a re-listen if you're in the car today. Granite City Blast Baseball tuned in this morning. There are so many fundraising efforts that are going on for Granite City Blast Baseball. That comedy show that is coming up really soon at the Den in Williamstown is one of many. But I understand they were out stacking wood again I think it was this past weekend over at my buddy Newt's house. Got it all stacked up. They're going to be shoveling. They're going to be probably shoveling roofs and doing a whole heck of a lot of continued fundraising efforts through the winter. So if you'd like to support them and their goals of getting to Cooperstown, get in touch with Granite City Blast Baseball. Yes. I don't even know where to begin this morning. I have been in touch with our city manager, Nicholas Storelli Castro, about the weather. And if you haven't downloaded the Regroup app on your phone yet to stay up to date with what's going on, real-time sensitive stuff that comes from the city of Barrie, this is a great resource. I highly encourage you to check it out. But basically, he told me that the basins were checked yesterday. City of Barrie is keeping a very close eye on the forecast. The City of Barrie is saying expect some street flooding. The good news here is that the river is low, but they're going to be sending out updates on Regroup primarily, so you should really sign up. They've got up to just over 700 users so far. So great information coming in from our city manager this morning about the weather, about the rain. Heavy rain and flooding is expected across Vermont and northern New York. And I've got the report here in front of me. I'm sure you've already seen it about the flood watch that's in effect starting tomorrow afternoon through Thursday morning. Starts at 1 p.m. Wednesday and runs through Thursday 7 a.m. Meanwhile, a winter weather advisory until 10 a.m. this morning. So just about another hour. And, you know, I think for the most part, any snowfall that has fallen through the overnight is behind us now. But with the temperatures being what they are, just be careful. Ridges or bridges rather, sidewalks. Things could be a little slick this morning. All right. Freezing rain and 30 degrees is the forecast today. So, you know, if you don't have to be out, I had plans today to run to Burlington. I'm going to put them off. You know, if you can stay close to home, if you do have to head out, or maybe just stay home, that'd be pretty smart too. But warmer weather is coming. We have freezing rain and 29 tonight, so it's just any freezing rain we get this afternoon is just going to go from bad to worse. So be careful tonight if you have travel plans. Wednesday, near 50, and rain, and again, flooding. So residents urged to prepare for hazardous conditions as this rainfall combining with warmer temperatures and snow melt. Tim and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday, increasing the risk of flooding. So again, we have that flood watch in effect from Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning. Rounds of heavy rain going to begin tonight, continue through late Wednesday. Just seeing here, rainfall totals between 1 and 2.5 inches are expected, with the heaviest amounts likely in eastern Vermont. So, and again, that combination of those warmer temperatures and some pretty good rainfall, not good. Not good. Let's see. What I have here, rivers such as the Mad River in Moortown, the Winooski River at Waterbury, and the East Branch at All Sable Forks, all expected to reach flood stage. The Otter Creek at Center Rutland forecast to reach high-end moderate flood stage with a crest likely exceeding 11 feet. So there you go. Once the rain moves out, then we've got some sub-freezing temperatures on the backside of all of this, which is going to make for some icy conditions where the water remains on the roads. And I know the crews have been out all night long trying to move that snowbank back a little bit to allow for some runoff. So just be careful. Be careful. This week, we have some interesting things coming on the airwaves. at some point, I'm hoping this week, and I don't want to get into it too much now, but at some point, we have to, and I haven't talked about this, and some of you have reached out to me, and you're like, JD, how come you're being so quiet about this? Why are you not talking about AC/DC and the North American tour? I thought you were a huge fan. I'm waiting for my buddy Chuck to have a nice hot shower and a cup of coffee and to come in here and sit and talk with me about AC/DC and the North American tour. I've had several reach out and ask me, you must have your tickets. Don't you have your tickets? Do you have your tickets yet, JD? Not going to answer that until Chuck is with me. Chuck is one of my best friends who is also an AC/DC fanatic. And we together as a team of AC/DC fans will reveal our announcement together, and we will do it together as two compadres. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to keep my mouth shut about the AC/DC tour. Birthdays today. We got some big names on the birthday list today. Taylor Thompson, Lucas Herring, Sherry Lamberton, Tanya Hughes. These are some big names here. Ashley Scavito, Becky Dakota, Mike Link, Pam Stifler, Devaney Renee, Kathy Jo Verge, Terry Blaisdell, all celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday, everyone. Tomorrow, happy Tuesday, by the way. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday over at Washington County Mental Health. And as you know, if you've already been to Wellness Wednesday, you know it's huge. Do not miss the next one. They do not happen every Wednesday throughout the whole year. And they only happen the first couple of Wednesdays of the month. So this is your opportunity. Do not miss the next one tomorrow. Come out, relax, treat yourself to a bit of free peace from 4:30 until 7 o'clock upstairs at the WellSpace building at 23 Summer Street. All you have to do is just pick up the phone, give them a call Robin there, make a reservation. Again, it is free, but if you want a massage or some, meditation, acupuncture, and so many other things that they do. Yeah. Chair and table massages, free? 479-4055. Just let Robin know what time is best for you, and she's going to try to get you in on the schedule. But, yeah, Washington County Mental Health, serving over 6,000 Vermonters per year, and they've been doing that for how many years? 60. That's a long, actually, 61 now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, keep an eye out for the advertisement. We will have it up on our page today, tonight, tomorrow for Washington County Mental Health. I think we have Deb with us. Deb, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning, JD. How you doing?
Oh, it is such a pleasure to chat with you. Deb over at The World. Today, I got to tell you, every Tuesday, Deb, I'm so excited because I know Chris is going to come and deliver my fresh copy of the week's World paper.
Well, he'll be ready and doing that in just about an hour or so.
Well, I hope he's careful on the sidewalks. They're a little slick. But Deb, you guys the World has been around for what? Over 50 years now, right?
Yep. 52 years, yes.
52 years.
Yep.
What can we expect in this week's World?
Well, this week, we of course always promote that shopping local is very, very important. So in this week's World, we have a big section of holiday gift guide ideas. gift ideas for everyone on your list. We have the Christmas tree page if you haven't gotten your Christmas tree yet. And then we also have our holiday worship directory from local churches in the area.
That's fantastic. I know there's, as I've said many times, there is nothing better for me than to find my readers, which can take it could take a good 20 minutes for me to find them, but then to just sit down, relax, and thumb through the pages of the world. I just love it.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that very much, JD. Also in this week we have you get to meet Santa and Mrs. Claus on this coming Friday at the new Montpelier Volkswagen Mazda on Route 2.
Yes.
This Friday from 5 to 7. We hope people will check out the grocery specials at Granite City Market on Main Street in Barrie.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have the 31st Annual Solidarity Craft Fair. It's going to be on Saturday from 9 to 3 at the Unitarian Church. Always a great time to get gifts.
This time of year, Deb, can be overwhelming because there are so many craft fairs. There's so much going on. And, of course, as we well know, that Santa and Mrs. Claus are busier than ever. They're everywhere. They're running around constantly. And how you guys are able to keep it all together and keep it well organized in the pages of the world is a task in itself.
Yes, it is. But we have a good team of people that pull it off every week. We're a great team of people.
Certainly are. Deb, we appreciate it. We'll check in with you next Tuesday, okay?
All right. Nice talking to you, JD.
Yes, as well. And say hello to Gary from all of us here at Aired Out.
I will.
All right. Yeah, Santa and Mrs. Claus and the Grinch. We can't forget about the Grinch. Going to be stopping off at Montpelier Mazda and Montpelier Volkswagen on Friday. Everyone is invited. Snacks and fun for the entire family from 5 to 7. You can take all of the photos that you wish. They've got cookie decorating, hot cocoa, and so much more. The all-new Montpelier Mazda and Volkswagen at 1189 Route 2 in Berlin. I should also mention, we're talking about how busy Santa Claus is this time of year. He is also going to be at the Imagination Station over on Summer Street on Saturday. And he'll be there for a kind of a special opportunity for folks with sensory issues to come on over there and have kind of a nice, quiet, peaceful, sit-down, one-on-one experience with Santa Claus on Saturday at the Imagination Station at the Well Space building. They ask you to just give a jingle over there and reserve a time from 11 to 2, though. But, yeah, Santa Claus is so busy. Let's see. I also want to say this morning, I'm going to read a post here from Granite City MMA, who is so appreciative and full of love for the ad that's in the world promoting Granite City MMA. It's a fantastic ad. If you haven't seen it on the back page, do take note of it. Lucas John, amazing. Donnybrook Fight Promotions, who just had their Battle in Barrie 15 this past Saturday night at the Barrie Auditorium, posted something up, and I'm going to read it right here. We are thrilled to share that our event. This is from Christmas for Kids. Looks like Jen had posted this up along with. Was it Jason? I think they both posted this up on the Facebook page. We're thrilled to share that our Saturday events, including the coin drop and the MMA fight at the Barrie Auditorium, the Battle in Barrie 15, collectively, we raised an astonishing $6,687 for Christmas for Kids. We are deeply grateful for the unwavering love and support from our incredible Barrie community, who continues to give, and the donations continue to pour in. The post here on Christmas for Kids from Jason Fleury and Jen Carbonneau. Some of you have reached out asking if we're still collecting wrapped supplies or collecting wrapping supplies and or new toys. The answer is a definite yes. So if you have any of the following items and you're interested in donating, let us know. We're happy to pick them up from you if it's local. The best way to do that, the easiest way to do that on Facebook is hop on the page Christmas for Kids. Make sure to like, make sure to follow. There's some photos right on there. Not good stuff, great stuff. Love starting my day with information like that. Also, love starting my day with the Daily Dose of Feel Good. There's so many great stories. There's so many. This one really got me this morning. If your kids or you are thinking about a puppy during the holidays, this one this morning from this shelter in England is amazing. Dogs reacting to being kissed. And if you haven't seen the video, if you have, let me know in the comments here because it is fantastic. I loved it. We have it all on the Aired Out page. It's really, really heartwarming. Note from FGB Theaters. As you have probably seen and heard, we teamed up with FGB Theaters to host a holiday drive, and both the Paramount Theater and the Capitol Theaters are collecting hats and mittens and blankets, gently used coats, and yes, toys, unwrapped toys for children. You can donate even non-perishable food items, and both theaters have teamed up with Berlin, Barrie, and Montpelier police departments for their assistance and support in getting everything, all items donated into the hands of Vermonters. Do you have to be there to see a movie? No. You could just stop by either theater, the Paramount Twin, which is, of course, right behind me where I'm sitting now here on North Main Street, or the Capitol Showplace 5 in Montpelier when they're open, business hours. And donate something if you can. FGBtheaters.com for more info and, of course, advance tickets in your FGB card. Got some great movies that are coming out. We have those posted up for you as well. Vermont regional headlines from CAX and PTZ and Digger this morning. Some Vermonters battling cancer won't have to worry about choosing between paying the heating bill or medical bills this winter. I love that headline. I saw it this morning, first thing when I woke up. The Cancer Patient Support Foundation partnered up with Borns Energy. They're creating the Borns Energy Home Heating Fund. So cancer patients requesting assistance with their heating bills can now get those bills paid for through this fund. The whole story is on WCAX, and it's on the Aired Out page if you want to read about it. We have a Massachusetts teenager accused of deadly stabbing someone in Vermont, now facing new charges. Eliza Kopedge, 18 years old, from Chicopee, Massachusetts, pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder earlier this year in what police have called a drug-related stabbing in Pownell. Casey Gross, 36 years old, from Bennington, was killed as a result of this by this 18-year-old who continues to be held without bail. So new charges on the list for that kid. National headlines: the family of Luigi Mangione, the 26-year-old guy accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. His family has released a statement, which, if you care to read, you can, because it's everywhere. But police have arrested the, I guess we still have to technically say suspect, in connection to the killing of Brian Thompson, who was shot outside of that Manhattan hotel last week. Mangione has been charged with 5 crimes in Pennsylvania where he was found, including carrying a firearm without a license, forgery, tampering with records, and, of course, murder in Manhattan. 26 years old, identified at a McDonald's in Altoona, western Pennsylvania, about 280 miles from New York City. He was found carrying a so-called ghost gun, firearm made from using parts printed or purchased online. Amazing. The silencer and the other features of this gun were consistent with the murder weapon, according to authorities. Had multiple fake IDs, had a handwritten 3-page manifesto, allegedly criticizing the healthcare industry for prioritizing profit over patient care. So, I don't know what your reaction was yesterday when this was all kind of unfolding, and last night too. One of my reactions was, what kind of bimbo would have this stuff on him? Wouldn't he think that there would be, surveillance? Why would he have this manifesto on him? Why would he have this 3D printer made silencer on him? Thank God this McDonald's employee called the police after recognizing this guy from the images that police released last week. But and one of those images was Mangione without a mask. But think about thousands of hours of combing through video footage from the streets, the hostel that he stayed at, the taxi cab. What a manhunt. I'll be honest with you. There was a point there where I didn't think they were going to get him. I thought that too much time had passed. But the bullet casings at the scene had the words depose, deny, and delay written on them. Much like the references to health insurers and how they treat claims. I mean, let's be honest. But to take someone's life over it, bringing it to a whole new level. And these guns, this 3D printed gun and silencer in his backpack, I just can't believe that he had this kind of stuff on him. Wow. Let's see what we know about this guy. Came from a life of privilege and promise. High school valedictorian, Ivy League tech graduate. From a prominent family in the Baltimore area. Apparently the family owns several country clubs, a nursing home company, and a talk radio station. Nino Mangione, Luigi's cousin, is a Republican state delegate in Maryland. Yeah. Hopefully he is dumb enough that Darwin theory takes over by justice and he is removed from the breeding stream. Lived in Hawaii, and I guess some friends in Hawaii said that he suffered from some back pain and recently underwent surgery. Fell out of contact with friends and family about 6 months ago, but had quite the robust online presence where he would rate books and other things online, and even wrote a glowing review of the Unabomber's manifesto. Well, there you have it. Even more reason to stay in touch, close touch with people if you think they're kind of drifting away. We have a powerful Santa Ana wind that is bringing some dangerous fire conditions to Southern California. This is a little bit over a month since the mountain fire, which took out 20,000 plus acres in Ventura County. This is crazy out there. I'll tell you, I'd never live out there. I don't even know if I'd want to visit. I know, you're probably thinking, come on, JD, what's the big deal? I don't know, man. It's California, just that whole area just doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't. Mudslides, earthquakes, wildfires, drought. Crazy. We got 12 million people across that whole region right now that are under red flag warnings through tomorrow. Meanwhile, we got a rain event that is promising to produce several days of rain across the northeast to the southeast. The Weather Prediction Center busy looking at this thing. From southeastern Alabama to upstate North Carolina, winter weather watches also in effect across parts of northern and western Michigan today. There's another place that, that's fine. You all stay up there. No interest in going to Michigan. World news. We have Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu taking the stand in his long-running trial for alleged corruption, setting off what's expected to be a weeks-long spectacle that is going to draw unwelcome attention to his legal woes as he faces an international arrest warrant for war crimes because of all the fighting in Gaza, which continues, by the way. And I don't know if Ben got the memo, but it's going to continue whether he's busy in court or not. Wow. Holidays rapidly approaching. FBI encouraging shoppers to be vigilant as online criminals are taking advantage of inflation-weary Americans. Well, ain't that the truth? My God, there are so many scams going on right now. They're everywhere. Have I used my my bank card online? I have. Have I been hesitant? I have. Yesterday, I actually took some time to go into my bank account online and just have a good, healthy scroll through like the last month or more of my purchases and just making sure that everything is consistent. Hershey's stock surges amid talks of a possible merger. This is going to upset Sherilyn immensely. She doesn't even know about this. She's not even listening right now. The maker of Oreo and Cadbury, or if you're Sherilyn, as you would say, Cadbury, is reportedly exploring an offer to buy rival Hershey Company to potentially create one of the world's largest candy companies. Again, Hershey stock surging right now. Sherilyn's not a big fan of Hershey chocolate. Thinks it's crap. Anyone who grew up with Cadbury, especially the Brits, can't stand Hershey. That it's not real chocolate. So for these companies, the Mondelez family, to take these, oh boy, a monopoly on chocolate, I know. To take Oreo and Cadbury and Hershey's and combine them into one, I don't know. They're not going to be combining the chocolate, though, Glenn, so we need to relax here. They're just going to combine the companies. Hershey's still going to be Hershey. Let's see. We have a jury acquitting Daniel Penny, the former Marine, of homicide in the choking of a fellow subway rider, Jordan Neely, last year. The courtroom was split and the jury deadlocked, reflecting deep social divides around the case. This story has been just, I don't know, kind of disappeared for a little while, and now, boy, the traction is back. Wonder how Rex feels about that. I'll ask him Friday. Federal government investigating allegations that migrant children worked at a plant owned by the meal delivery company HelloFresh. Are you surprised by stuff like this? Really? Ask yourself, am I really stunned to hear a headline like that? Rupert Murdoch. Were you surprised about this one yesterday? Failed to change his family's trust to consolidate his eldest son's control and ensure a right-wing slant at Fox News. The commissioner in Nevada rejected the bid. Google has unveiled a quantum computer that apparently can do tasks in minutes that would take a traditional supercomputer 10 septillion years to do. Some of you are, I'm sure, this morning are like, wow, that's cool. And others, maybe not, are thinking, that's pretty scary. Let's see. Sports. We got UVM men's soccer team. Unbelievable. Advancing to the NCAA tournament for the first time ever. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of the team, but they are on top of the world. Catamounts play the number 3 seed University of Denver Pioneers in a semifinal game on Friday at 5 o'clock. And if you want to watch it live in Cary, North Carolina, you can do so. It's going to be broadcast live on ESPN and ESPNU. New York Mets, everyone is talking about this. Number 1 story in sports right now. Just signed the former New York Yankees superstar, Juan Soto. And I know there was a ton of talk about this yesterday. I was talking with Tim Jarvis. Juan Soto, a 15-year contract that is now being called the most lucrative deal in sports history. The price tag, what he's going to get, 15 years, $765 million. To throw a baseball. Does he throw it well? Yes. Does he hit it well? Yes. startling to think that a human being, as a commodity, can have a price tag on their head based on their talents. And I don't care what that talent is or how damn good you are at it, that a human being can have a price value of $765 million. Human beings that are so imperfect and make horrible decisions. Human beings, human bodies that break down and can get hurt from things outside of our control. Circumstantial accidents. It is disgusting. If I was good at something to the point of where someone was willing to pay me $765 million over the course of 15 years, I would be doing everything in my power every minute of the day to stay healthy, to stay alive, to not get injured, and not jeopardize that. Juan Soto, leaving the Yankees to go to the Mets in the same city. Wonder if there'll be some booing. I don't know. What's whacked in the world? Oh, so much. In addition to that, now we have, and thank God this is coming in just in time for the holidays, President-elect Trump has launched a new fragrance line. I'll tell you the name of the cologne here in just a minute. Trump says on a post on Truth Social that the fragrance represents us winning. The collection includes cologne for men and perfume for women. Price tag per bottle? Take a guess now in your mind what you think a bottle of this would cost. Guess in your mind. Survey says $199. Not sure why they just can't make it $200. Throw another buck in there for Trump. Why does it have to be $199? You can buy them at GetTrumpFragrances.com. GetTrumpFragrances.com. Why am I promoting this right now? Why am I talking? I don't know. The name of this perfume and men's cologne collection is called, Trump came up with this. It's called Fight, Fight, Fight. Is this really going on in our world? This kind of crazy shit? Tabloid trash. We have a lawsuit alleging that Jay-Z raped a minor with Sean Combs at an awards show after party about 25 years ago. I think this girl at the time was like 14 years old, and Jay-Z is pissed. He is vehemently denying the allegations, calling them idiotic and heinous in nature. And he's having to explain this to his own kids now, that it's just not true. Anyone who was hanging around with Sean Diddy Combs was making a bad decision. Period. Music news. Ed Sheeran and the supergroup Band-Aid using his voice without permission on the new mix of the holiday charity single, Do They Know It's Christmas? Singer performed in the 2014 version of the song, which was originally released in 1984. I remember it well. I'm sure you do too. But said that his vocals were approved for this year's version. In his Instagram story, Sheeran said that if he had the choice, he would have respectfully declined the use of his vocals, and explained that his views of the initiative have changed. The Do They Know It's Christmas 2024 Ultimate Remix is going to feature vocals from 4 of the recorded versions, including Bono and George Michael and, yes, Harry Styles. It's out. Have you heard this? Lily loves it. Rod Stewart's One Last Time tour, heading to the United States. High school friend I was talking with over the weekend has tickets. 20-date North American leg is going to be kicking off March 7th in Austin, wrapping up on the 15th in St. Louis. Cheap Trick is going to be joining them for 17 dates. This is the One Last Time tour for Rod Stewart. Tickets for the U.S. dates go on sale this Friday, or apparently last Friday, I think it was. Love Rod Stewart. Well, I should say really like Rod Stewart. Old Rod Stewart. Faces. Bad. Old. Like, old. Don't know if I would go see him, even with Cheap Trick. Loved him. Loved those guys. Just don't know that I would be able to dish out the money right now to go see those guys. AC/DC, totally different story. And yes, I'll be talking about that this week. Stand by for that, boy. It's going to be something else. I can't wait. I've been sworn to secrecy, and I'm respectfully going to, as I said this morning, going to wait for Chuck to join me on the air to talk about AC/DC and the North American tour that they're going to be on. I think most know at this point that the closest tour stop is Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Mass. Do I have tickets? Will I be going with Chuck? Will I be going with Chuck and anyone else? Can't wait to share the story with you. That's been a bucket list item for me since I was 10 years old, 1980. And when AC/DC toured in North America the last go, wasn't able to make it. That's a whole nother story. And I was devastated. And I thought that was it. I have lost my opportunity. Then there was the whole European tour, and Chuck and I were fantasizing and at one point almost making preliminary plans to go to Amsterdam, and that fell through. So anyway, I can't wait to talk about it, and I will this week. And I'm waiting for Chuck. Again, message from the city of Barrie, the city manager, Nicholas Storelli Castro. And if you haven't uploaded or downloaded the Regroup app on your phone, you really ought to do that. And check out the city Facebook page, City of Barrie, for information. But basically, he's saying, yes, we are watching the weather forecast very carefully. Police and fire, emergency responders, city officials, public works, they're all aware of the weather forecast. They have checked the basins, and they say do expect some street flooding. If there's a silver lining here, It's that the river is running very low, which is good news. It is soon not going to be running low at all. We got, in some towns, over 2 inches of rain coming. So do expect some street flooding, says Nicholas Storelli Castro, our city manager. I think most of us are probably not surprised by that. Yeah, we're going to get some street flooding. We got temperatures near 50 degrees by tomorrow. And you throw in the snow melt and rain like that, yeah, we're going to get some flooding. He also says that we're going to send out updates on Regroup primarily. So people should sign up. They've got over 700 subscribers right now so far on Regroup, which is a great app to keep us super dialed into what's happening locally. Yesterday, and I want to wrap up by saying this morning. Yesterday, I was seeing all kinds of stuff on social media about folks feeling stressed and overwhelmed. The holidays, family and friends, obligations. Time is bottlenecking now. Oh my God, I haven't even started thinking about blah, 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 blah. And then look at it's already, 10th of December. And I just saw, not just yesterday, but over the last couple of days, I've just seen so many people, so many comments about how am I going to do this and that and this and that. Don't forget to put aside some me time, some time for just yourself. And I know that is, for some of us, that's almost impossible. And you might even be laughing at me this morning. But so many of us just don't get enough alone time during the holidays, during the winter. Some of us don't want to be alone. Some of us very much do want to be alone. But I know that this is kind of the mental health paradox, at a time when it's just so lonely during the winter, the cloudy, dark days, lack of sunlight, blah, blah, blah. I get it. And like I said, many of us don't want to be alone. But some of us need alone time to feel better. Take that time for yourself. Take that time for yourself. And if you are on the other end of the spectrum and having too much time alone, too much loneliness, pick up the phone and reach out to somebody over at the Hub or someone at Washington County Mental Health. Just pick up the phone and give them a ring. We're always posting stuff up about Washington County Mental Health and everything that they do for so many Vermonters and have been for a long time. Wonderful people. They really are. Some of them are, and most of them are right here in town, right here in central Vermont. We love them. Listen, thanks so much for liking and following the page, for following along this morning. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for sharing, giving us a reaction. Give a thumbs up right now if you enjoyed the show this morning. A lot of comments. I've got to go back and read them. We're always live. We're always local. We're never edited. Always real and raw and relevant. We've got some great guests coming up this week. Wait till you see what's going to happen Thursday. Wait till you see what's coming down the pipe on Friday here on Aired Out. Can't wait. Don't forget, you can get our podcast anywhere on the web at airedoutvt.com. But in the meanwhile, have a marvelous rest of your day. And to Granite City Blast Baseball, saying thanks for the support, everyone. Please continue to support these kids in any way that you can. If you're a small business, if you're a big business, or if you're just someone who needs your walkway or your driveway shoveled or maybe some firewood stacked, throw these kids a few bucks and help them get to Cooperstown. I look forward to having them back on the air soon. Take good care. God bless. Thanks for catching the Aired Out Podcast.